I don't tell too many people this story. My first time I came on this single lane bumpy highway. You come through sort of scrubby bush and you emerge into this open natural grassland, and it's grass for as far as the eye can see. And it's meant to be that way. The first time I drove up that highway, it was January and there was no one around. So I was the only person for a couple of 100 kilometres. And I remember driving through the scrub and emerging onto that open grassland, and I literally stopped the car and got out and stood there, and you could hear, the wind coming across, and you could hear that ancient ocean in the wind as it's coming across, and it just grabbed me in the gut, and now it's my favourite place. My name is Naomi Wilson. I am Head of Environment and Sustainability for West Home. So we manage about 16 million acres over 20 different stations in Northern Australia, and each station is responsible for a specific part of our supply chain, whether it's breeding, backgrounding, grazing or feeding. It's an unpredictable environment. It can be a very harsh environment, and you need to be resilient to grow in it. We have the wet season, the dry season, we have floods, we have droughts. We have the storms that pass through, we have wind, we have fire. And nature is all about cycles. So everything that we do in how we graze our cattle is about understanding what nature needs to thrive and be resilient, and enabling our cattle to interact in the environment in a way that stimulates nature in a positive way. When we first started, we were told it was not possible. You can't do that. People have tried. You can't do it. That's the bit that makes us different. To me, being nature-led is about looking to nature for direction and understanding of how to interact with the landscape. We do things very differently. And it's hard. You take the hard challenges and then you just keep working at them until you overcome them. And that's what we do. We commit to something that's beyond ourselves. It's not just about us. We work in ways that's about bringing about a better future, not just for us, but for everyone else. There's a sense of what we want to achieve, but what we also want to leave behind and what we want to contribute outside of ourselves. We're evolving together to benefit future generations. That's the higher thing that we're working towards. It's not about ourselves, it's about that legacy that we leave. We've been the stewards of that landscape for over 100 years, but there's still a lot for us to learn about nature.